Okay, this is another red ore mine site up here on the mountain. This particular mine dates back to the early 1900s. Operation for about 15 years. And we'll get right here is some of the foundation remains of, if I remember right, I think that's the water reservoir for the boilers, because everything was steam operated up here, steam to produce electricity, and they had to use coal. They had to bring in coal by rail cars because there was no coal up here on the mountain. But further up this way would be the Hoist Foundation, the Cable Hoist Foundation. But we got the remains of a little rock retaining wall right there. And let's see. Yeah, they did a lot of modifications throughout the years on this mine. There's actually 2 slope mines with a series of drifts, old drift remains. They were working, but this is where they held the water right here for the boiler plant. Now, I think the boiler plant possibly was somewhere down here, I think. I don't think there's any foundation remains of that. There could be up under all those leaves and debris. But this would be the water reservoir tank right here. I'm not sure what the bolts, I'm not sure if it had a cover on it, but definitely had a pipe running into it to draw the water out of the boiler. So, and let's see, Cable Hoist Foundation would be right up here. I'll see if I can get up there to see that. But anyway, very old mine site. Just abandoned out here in the woods, basically forgotten. A lot of fallen trees. So this is the Cable Hoist Foundation. Right there, the big open area. That's where the hoist cable sat in. Half of it was below the foundation, the other half was up top. So this was steam operated. Steam produced by the boiler and turned electricity. So this is what remains of it. So they would have had a big building right here, wooden building, enclosed with a little slit window or open window for the hoist cable. And way out there is the hoist cable sheave pillar. See if I can get to that. But this is where the big cable hoist would have been. So sometimes it's interesting. You can see they did modifications on this, better concrete versus the porous concrete. When they first built this, I think this was maybe 1904. That's when this was constructed. And then when they had a bigger slope mine, I'm not sure what this foundation was for, but obviously they put it there to anchor in or support the hoist cable. So let's see. Ooh, trying to get my footing there. So that's what it looks like there. Probably was impressive to see when this was in operation. And I'm not really sure what this foundation was for right here, but obviously attached to the hoist cable. So, all right, try to make my way down through there. A lot of thick underbrush and a lot of fallen trees right here. So, okay. Okay, this is just a nice partial stone retaining wall remains here. And it was built because there were tramway lines just above it. And there's drift mines up here, and the remains of the slope mine. But the original mine dating back to about 1904 is just down here. So, see if I can get down to it. Just sea of privet. Okay, and see if I can get to the sheave pillar remains. So, all right. Okay, well, this right here is the remains of the slope mine right here. Would have gone in straight right here. All this, the right side of the slope entrance is caved in, but decades of water coming off the mountain has, I'm not sure if that's part of a tramway rail cross tie or tramway cross tie right there or not. So it's not just broken wood that's squared off. Have to take a look at that. But this right here is the remains of the slope mine. Just the water has got it channeling this way when the entrance was right here. And the original slope mine went down about 600 feet. Couldn't really go too much further because they didn't have a big enough hoist cable, and they were going after two different seams here. You had a smaller ore seam on the bottom, you had a bigger ore seam up top. But this was the narrower ore seam they were originally going after. So, and back that way is the sheave pillar foundation. But if the rail car is coming out, pulled out by the hoist cable, which the hoist cable was way back there, the cable would stretch out and there would be a bull wheel wrapped around the top of the sheave pillar, and it would guide the hoist cable right in here. So when the mine cars are coming out, the hoist cable operator just of course reverse the big hoist cable, bring them out, and there was a platform right here, a switch off, and this was the tramway rail, the mine cart rail line right here that would have taken the mine cars down to the loading tipple further down. So I might just take a quick peek in there. It's not going to go anywhere, but I'll go back and see if I can find that sheave pillar foundation. Okay, I jumped down in that hole just to take a look, and it was nothing. But that's definitely where the water is channeling going into that lower mine. The remains of it that are sealed. But this is going up here to the hoist cable sheave pillar foundation, and you can see they had water problems back then with water coming off the mountain. And those are ceramic terracotta pipe remains right there. Miners or engineers built, channeled this water. Looks like they're still in use. Maybe 115 years. And you got the remains of the stone retaining wall here. So we're going to climb up and over. And that's hard to say if that was a drift mine. It probably was, but years of sediment coming down here has just blocked it up. So, All right, we'll just go ahead and get up out of here and walk back to that hoist cable sheave pillar. Okay, you've got that retaining wall there with the ceramic terracotta pipe culverts, and you got the remains of a tramway rail right here. And this is the remains of a drift mine right here. You can see it's completely caved in. So they had a series of, I'm not sure, maybe 3 or 4 drift mines right here. And this was on the same seam as the slope mine. Just they had the drift mines because it was easier to get after the ore seam above ground than doing the slope beforehand. So, all right, we'll just advance on a little bit further up. Nice and nasty today, man. Okay. And there it is. There's the sheave pillar foundation right there. So I'll walk over there and film that in a second. Okay. Well, this is the hoist cable sheave pillar foundation. Made of stone, and they reinforced it, the inside of it, for stability, to strengthen the pillar. They've got rail line sections vertical in the center. So there would have been a giant hoist cable bull wheel that would have sat on top of this. And as the hoist cable from way back there at the cable hoist house came around, it would wrap around this sheave pillar, the bull wheel, and it would go straight down into the slope mine. And when the cars were brought out, there was a side track. Mine cars would be switched off and then pushed on down or pulled by mules down to the loading tipple. So these guys were ingenious, man. Everything was on the fly, no computers back then. So that's a perfect stonemasons. So, okay. Okay, that's a view from the back side right there. Pretty impressive, still standing. And you see water channel itself up under the actual foundation right here. So where those pipes are down there, the water is making its way down through there. Water will find a way, man. It will find a way to keep going. So, but you got the bolt rods up top right there. Probably can't see them too well, but anyway, impressive stone foundation. So we're gonna make our way somehow, get up this draw right here and check out a couple of drift mines that are closed, but check out the slope, remains of the big slope at this mine site. All right. Okay, so this right here is remains of another incline plane gravity operated hoist cable system here. Tramway lines would have been right here, and this is the remains of a drift mine. And if you're not sure if that's a drift mine, all you have to do is just look at the tramway rails that are still in place. 115, 20 years still in place. So the mine entry was right there, and these were crude retaining walls, rock retaining walls on either side. So still in place, tramway rails right there. All right, we're just going to proceed up and head up to the next level here in a second. Okay, so here's one of the upper drift mine entry remains right here. And there's more heading further on down, but these are all collapsed if I remember right. Let's see. Yeah, these actually went all the way through to the other side of the mountain, or the ridge line. So gravity took hold. Alright, and we'll just proceed on down towards the other slope here in a minute. Alright, nice and dry in there. Okay, just moving a little bit further down, and this is another drift mine entry right here. And you see that's a total collapse right there. This baby's gonna go too. There's fractures right there. Yeah. So, I tell you, if one of those trees, high winds have stuck to fall, it'll just take this out, but it's collapsed anyway, so. All right. And that was another entry right there. So, proceed on down. Okay, so this is another drift mine entry. It's completely caved in, nice and dry in there though. Gotta wonder if any foxes or coyotes have some dens in here in the wintertime. It'd be a perfect place. But all right. And this is remains of the old slope mine right here. Right here. This was the big slope mine. It was opened years later after the little mine previously checked out. So can't go far, but we'll go down there for just a few minutes, take a look around. but impressive nonetheless. Okay, I'm not sure if it's going to be foggy in there or not, so we'll just venture on in here. Now the water down there, that's where the slope was. Just continued on. I think when this was in operation, this could have gone 1,500 feet to 2,000 maximum. Probably a surface depth of, probably 500 feet, maybe. Couldn't have gone too much further, because if they did, they would have needed a huge, more powerful cable hoist with thicker cables, thicker rope cable. So anyway, remains of the old slope mine. I'll just walk down in here for a minute. Yeah, definitely a little toasty, man. See, there's part of the main haulage way rail right there, still in, well, what's left kind of in place. But, all right. Look back outside. All right. As you can see, it's completely flooded right there. And might be able to see, not sure how good that's going to show up, but you can actually see the rail remains underneath the water. So that is completely clogged up the slope. You may not be able to tell it in a video, but it's completely blocked up, but the water still comes through. So anyway, all right, and we'll just check around here for a few minutes, do a little quick exploring. So, all right. Okay, so this is one of the main work headers right here. You got some little breakthroughs right there, cross ventilation. And that's where the minecart tracks would have been, right here. This is I think this is the lowest you can get, because it's completely flooded right there. So I'm not gonna worry about jumping down there. But I see kind of a silvery blue hue to the water. So flooded forever. All right. All right, we'll just proceed on up to the next level for making our way back out. There's only a few levels you can check out in this mine, but it's pretty historic and it's neat to see again. So, okay, got the bats hanging out right there. There's a lot of them in here. So, yeah, just let the boys sleep. We'll make our way up through that breakthrough in the distance. Okay, this is a breakthrough. Upstart, if you want to say a giant one. This leads up to the next level. So, all right. It's nice and dry in here, man. Climate control. Best place to be in the wintertime when you're working underground. Here's where the minecart tracks would have been. They did a full job. Back there in the distance is the slope opening. So, not too much to see. You know, there was some rail section remains and, you know, look right here. And these are intact minecart rails right here. Left a nice section intact. All right. I'm gonna take a peek through that little break right here. This goes into another section of the mine. I don't think it'd be accessed, but maybe I can stick my camera through there or something, see what it looks like. All right. Sure how good this is gonna do. There is somebody I know that could get in this thing. Let's see. Oh, wow. Nice breeze. Huh, so it ends right there. That's interesting. I'll tell you what, they hollowed it out, man. Oh, just stretching this out because I can't see around that corner. Okay, it's interesting why this header didn't go that far, but they definitely got what they needed out of it. So, all right. Oh. Yeah, it's a tight squeeze, man. Okay. Well, all right. Okay, there was that hole right there. All right, just a little quick exploration visit inside here. Like I said, there's not much to see. There's no historical mining artifacts, except if you want to include the mine as an artifact. But there. So one thing about the red ore mines, you got great headroom. versus a coal mine where you might be lucky to have 6 feet in height. So you got a couple of breakthroughs right there. Now we'll just proceed to make our way on out toward the light. So nice little trip underground. Okay, and we'll go ahead and make our way out here toward the daylight. Now you got the slope right there. And that's what it looks like looking out. Must have been impressive when it was in operation. That's for sure. So, okay. All right, well, that'll wrap up a little early morning field trip right here. Just coming up here to see this old mine site. Must have been impressive back in the day, but anyway. And take one last look inside there. Here we go. All right, and that'll do it. Nice little trip, little field trip. Come out here to see this mine site.